tag on the bag, it say watermelon felon. Sneaking through the market with a grin, too telling. Pineapple spears in the cup, get red like a potion. Everybody looking like, man, what you selling? Brown clown, no rules, just a plan. Pockets full of lies and a knife in his hand. Stabbing kids with a wild-eyed stare. Left a trail of blood in the busted front chair. Oh, he too slick, talk too quick. Ducking every camera, then he do that trick. Oh, he too proud, too loud. Whole block know his name when he come around. Watermelon felon, watermelon felon. Sweet on the tongue, that's how wrong. Go and get some. Watermelon felon, watermelon felon. Laugh now, run fast, but the pain come back, son. Yeah. He blame the moon, blame the street, blame the whole damn city, blame the cash, blame the break, blame the world for pity. Say everybody foul, say everybody fake, but he the one who made the wild mistake. Got Kool-Aid on his fingers, got a plan in the stare, got a lemon lime grin and the do not care. He talk big game and he fold real quick. When the door swing open, he can't fake that twist. Oh, he too slick, talk too quick. Ducking every camera, then he do that trick. Oh, he too proud, too loud. Whole block know his name when he come around. Watermelon felon, watermelon felon. Sweet on the tongue, that's how wrong. Go and get some. Watermelon felon, watermelon felon. Laugh now, run fast, but the pain come back, son. Now he in a jail cell looking so dumb. Talking about a clean slate, talking about he dumb. But the laugh gets stuck when Tyrone show up. Don't drop the soap, but things will get rough. Watermelon felon, watermelon felon. Sweet on the tongue, now Tyrone go and get some. Watermelon felon, watermelon felon. Laugh now, run fast, but the pain come back, son. Watermelon felon.
Yeah. Lord have mercy. Y'all done lost your minds now. They call them watermelon felon. Everybody yelling, keyboard gang swelling, comment section dwelling. Watermelon felon, everybody telling. Half the folks just laughing, other half rebelling. Watermelon felon, name ring like a bell. Funny how a nickname got the whole world yelling. Facebook got the lawyers and the judges, everybody holding grudges, everybody know the facts till you ask them for the sources, and they mumbling. TikTok got the experts, YouTube got the sermons, everybody got opinions, but ain't nobody working. Means flying faster than the truth. Everybody acting bulletproof. One side screaming, lock him up. Other side screaming, free the youth. They call him watermelon felon. Everybody yelling, calling section dwelling, keyboard gang swelling. Watermelon felon, name everybody selling. Funny how a tragedy turned into compelling. Some folks laughing, some folks crying, some folks posting, some folks lying. Everybody picking teams, everybody chasing dreams, everybody want attention, everybody want the streams. And if outrage paid in dollars, half these folks would all be scholars, sitting on the internet acting like they wearing collars. Yesterday they loved you, tomorrow they'll forget. Today's outreach champion is next week's biggest bet. People change the story every single day, but one thing stays the same. Everybody got something to say. Watermelon felon, everybody yelling, country boys and city folks all up in their feelings. Watermelon felon, name they keep on spelling. 20 years from now, they still gonna be telling. Watermelon felon, yeah, they yelling. Lord have mercy, y'all done lost your minds.
All right, y'all. Welcome to another exciting and joyful episode of the Cellulite Podcast. I am indeed your host, Cell. Everybody knows me as Will or Cell, but today we're gonna do it easily. My name is Cell, and I want to thank each and every last one of you for being here. Please make sure that you double tap your screen or triple tap your screen as you on your way in. It's greatly appreciated. Shout out to my brother Malcolm D in the building. Appreciate you. And also thank you for the offline cash app, big homie. Greatly appreciate you. Shout out to my sister Naomi Brown is in the building. What's going on, Naomi Brown? Hope all is well. To my sister Gigi, what's going on, TT? I hope all is well with you. And then my brother Wrestler. Brother Wrestler saying, seriously? A watermelon felon? And I thought I made songs. Wow, absolutely, sir. Listen, the songs fit the narrative. And if you haven't already picked up on it, just in case some of y'all came in here late, today we're going to be talking about Mr. Watermelon Felon himself. And if you don't know who the Watermelon Felon is, man, I think you should all know by now exactly who the Watermelon Felon is, right? I don't think it's a big guess. It shouldn't be a mystery who's the Watermelon Felon, but just in case you didn't know, right? Because we're gonna crip walk all over this thing, right? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put the Watermelon Felon back up there, right? That's what we're gonna put the Watermelon Felon. But first, Jesus, and my daughter would be calling. I got a quick trailer for y'all to watch, and then we'll pick up on the string. Give me 1 second.
That one.
Hey, Bodie. Hey,
Started
baby, Daddy.
with one watermelon.
I love you.
Then the city noticed. No powers. No reason. Just practice.
He's not training. He's escalating.
And he was getting faster. They laughed at the mask. Then they saw the knife. He is not a hero. He is a felony waiting to happen.
They picked the wrong fruit.
Absolutely. According to the Watermelon Felon himself, they picked the wrong fruit. And since they picked the wrong fruit, we're going to do the right dance. So, holla at you.
Watermelon felon. Got a tag on the bag, it say watermelon felon. Sneaking through the market with a grin too telling. Pineapple spears in the cup, dip red like pushing everybody.
Hey, that's how they gonna be dancing. That's how they gonna be dancing to his cell. Yes, they gonna be dancing to it as soon as he get housed. They gonna be dancing to his cell.
Looking like, man, what you selling? Brown clown, no rules, just a plan. Pockets full of lies and a knife in his hand. Stabbing kids with a wild eye stare.
All right, so let's get into this thing, man. Let me be serious now. So, with that being said, a lot of you who may have been living up under a rock for some reason, I don't know why, and then a lot of you who are a part of the Victim Olympics community, aka known as the Communitah, a lot of you have been crying and shouting and stomping and moaning and bitching because the Watermelon Felon got 35 years in jail. Now, prison. So, as of last week, some of y'all should already know this, but just in case you don't, you're about to find out. Brittany B is in the chat. Brittany B said, I've deaf been under a rock. Appreciate you. So, shout out to my man Muga One is in the building. Another supporter of the show. Greatly appreciate you, big homie. So, they gave him 35 years. He's eligible for parole after about half, which is about 17 and a half, something like that. And they convicted him for murder, not manslaughter, thankfully. Cheers. They convicted him for murder, not manslaughter. Of course, he raised this whole entire self-defense claim. Now, I knew from the door it was a crock of shit. There was no entire way. There was absolutely no way you can raise self-defense when you're the provocateur. You're the one out there threatening people. You brought the knife. And shout out to Dennis Sperling. I had a great conversation with him on his show. I believe that was last night. And he really just level set the whole entire playing field for me. And I understand that I have a free world person's mind. So I don't know how people who've been incarcerated think. Now, when it comes down to it, for as far as Karmelo Anthony goes, or who I like to call him as the watermelon felon, Mr. Murderer himself, because that's technically what he is. He's a murderer. And there's no way around that. I mean, you can argue it all you want to. You can cry and bitch him on and say he deserves an appeal and all this and the other, and probably get another retrial, whatever. The way it goes is this. I don't know why everybody's crying and saying that they need the video for what. There is a person who is dead. There is a person who's responsible for creating that dead body. And we have the murder weapon. And on top of that, he admitted to it. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. So there is no point in trying to relitigate the case. Big Rig, what's going on, Big Rig? How are you, big dog? Greatly appreciate you being in the building. So with that being said, this whole thing about this self-defense, that rejected. Sudden passion, rejected. You can't claim, this is just my perspective, you can't claim sudden passion if you're the one that brought the knife. That doesn't make sense to me. Right? That absolutely does not make sense. Chill out is in the chat. He says the young people of this country are unbelievably influenced by social media's dysfunction, filled with hate and misinformation. Absolutely. That's why here at the Say Like Podcast, or as we like to call it, the Recetosphere, we try to bring as much fact as possible and sift through the minutia and the misinformation and the bullshit, which I will be tackling today. I actually have a few things I need to tackle before we get into today's content. One being, and I heard in a few social media platform circles that there was this rumor going around that Austin Metcalf's father is a convicted sex offender. Now we need to go ahead and clear that up. I'm glad that he cleared that up in the interview that I just seen him recently do when he was talking to Nancy Grace. But a lot of the Victim Olympic supporters have been like spreading that rumor amongst a myriad of others. There's so many fucking rumors that have been spread about that man and that family, but they need to try to deflect and shift the narrative because they want to take all of the attention off the murderer, which in this case is, as we all know, Karmelo Anthony. But the biggest problem is in all of this, a lot of people are trying to overshadow this killing of Austin Metcalf as if it's a mistake. Hey, shout out to Wrestler. Appreciate you for supporting the show early, my guy. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate that Cash App. If you would like to support the show, you know you can do so by hitting either 3 of the donations on the screen. You got Cash App, which is $SELLYOULIGHT. You got PayPal, which is Butterfly Progressive. And then you got Venmo, which is Mind Chaos Brew. If you'd like to be a supporter of the show, it's greatly appreciated. Excuse me. So, all of these things that everyone likes to talk, he made a mistake. It was just an accident. He fell on the knife. I'm not accepting that. And apparently the jury of 12 didn't accept that either. And although we do know that there was an interview that was done by Judge Roach, who pretty much presided over this case, I didn't see the second interview. And just in case y'all didn't see the second interview, we're going to be covering that as well. Also today, we're going to be covering some of the outside reactions that happened during the trial, because I want to really open people's eyes up to how it is that people are really trying to accept Karmelo as the victim in this whole entire ordeal when he's the one that caused all of this. Brother Ami, what's going on? How you doing? So what do we get from certain corners of the community? What do we get from certain content creators? It was a full meltdown. It was tears. It was screaming. It was just nonstop. That is amazing. Thank you for the support. Greatly appreciate you, TK, for donating to the channel. Greatly appreciate it. If you'd like to donate, you can donate. The link is on the screen. If you need the link directly, just request in the chat, and one of the moderators will drop the link for you. But continuing down this pathway, a lot of people were just, they came out in this whole entire new thing, hashtag believe Karmelo, hashtag free Karmelo. They like to drop down and content creators channels who's not supportive of Karmelo and say free Karmelo as if we don't already know what their cries and their tears is already about. Thing is, you can't free the man. He's already convicted. So people are pushing and crying outside the courthouse like the system just lynched the innocent young man. You got celebrities, and you got content creators, you got all these social media influencers. They're jumping on you saying it's too harsh, it's racist, the jury wasn't diverse enough. It was a whole entire script. That's literally what they're all doing. If you listen to one person complain about this trial, you've listened to everybody complain about this trial, because they're all saying the same exact thing, right? Because they don't have any original thoughts of their own. So you already know how this goes. Same movie, different cast, same story, different ending, probably in some situations. But we got to get to a few lies that I need to really address really quick. So we got to get to the first lie I want to cover, which is this one, right? Let me go ahead and pull this up, because this is important and I want to address this directly. Here we are. So first lie we're going to be addressing today is this one here. Let me switch cameras right quick. Sorry about that. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this up. So, Twitter user by the name of Do Not POV says new questions emerge about Jeff Metcalf's criminal record. Social media users are circulating screenshots that allegedly show an old 2011 or 2011 arrest record connecting to Jeffrey Charles Metcalf. Critics are now asking why certain records appear difficult to locate today, and whether the public is getting the full story. Meanwhile, the same people demanding scrutiny of everyone else seem awfully quiet when questions are raised about their own side. Collins County is a racist. And also, receipts matter, transparency matters. The public deserves facts, not selective outrage. So this is the image that they are spreading around, saying that Jeff Metcalf he was convicted and did time for being a person who committed sexual assault. That's a lie. And we already know that's a lie, because why? Because this is not even Jeff Metcalf. Now, if for those of you who don't know, Metcalf is a very common name, especially down there in Texas. For Jeff Metcalf to have the same name as Jeffrey Metcalf, Jeffrey Charles Metcalf, that's crazy, but not out the way, because Jeff Metcalf's name, Austin Metcalf's father, Jeff Metcalf, his middle name is Neil. Jeffrey Neil Metcalf. So this is the reason why I really wanted to tackle this early, right? I wanted to get this out of the way because it's not too much for me to say about this, other than the fact that you have two different people. Now, one thing I do want to point out, because now I'm noticing that, there was very upset. Do you know that live stream that I did yesterday when I was exposing the hell out of Morris Dwayne Turner? That live stream was clipped up and it was spread around. They were doing reactions to it all over TikTok. It was a few other places like Facebook. I seen some people reacting to it on Twitter. A lot of people don't really want to cover the real facts, the actual facts, which is Morris Dwayne Turner, being the vile human being that he is. He actually is a convicted pedophile. And not only is he a convicted pedophile, he's a lifetime pedophile, right? Which, by the way, I went ahead and I did something that I've apparently I'm good at, which is I went ahead and I actually created an article on Twitter, which you can all go check out. Here, let me take this down and put this up and switch my camera. So, Morris Dwayne Turner, right? A catalog of unsubstantiated claims in the Karmelo Anthony case. So just to give you a quick, brief rundown, because people are out here spreading lies on the Metcalf family, well, I'm going to start telling the truth about the people who they support the most and people who they say is that they're championing behind, because he said that he's seen this mystery video that a lot of people don't want to acknowledge. Well, here's the problem with this whole entire situation. Not only is the video that he's seen apparently a mystery, but there's a video by like 4 different other people who actually right now, the Karmelo supporters are starting to participate in social media cannibalism, because they can't get their lie together. They can't get their story together. They don't know who's telling the truth about what, right? So On April 2nd, 2025, at the Frisco ISD track meet at Communitah Stadium, Karmelo Anthony fatally stabbed 17-year-old Austin Metcalf, which we know that already, right? But here's the big problem. The big problem is everything that you can look up and find out about Mr. Morris Dwayne Turner, you can look up and you can find it easily because it's readily available information. Why is that information readily available? Well, it's easy because everything that there is to know about this man is already in the Texas Sexual Offender Registry, which you can easily go look up and find. It's not that hard to do. A lot of people just don't know how to do it, but I know how to do it because I had to look this up and I had to make sure that this guy, like, who is this guy, right? So I went into the sex offender registry, which I'll do this live so y'all can see. I go into the sex offender registry and I type in his last name, which is Turner, and I type in his first name, which is Morris. And I push search. And there it is right there. Mr. Morris Dwayne Turner. There he is right there, right? For those of you that's watching on vertical, I hope you can be able to see, but it's just that simple. All I did was just go to the Texas Public Sex Offender website and I just typed his name in. And there he is, Mr. Morris Dwayne Turner. He is a lifetime registered sex offender for, let me make sure I got this right. Yes, his victim was 13 years old. So instead of all of these Karmelo supporters out here spreading all these lies and these narratives, I seen someone chat today, which let me go ahead and address that as well. I might as well just go ahead and tackle these all down one by one, right? I think that'd be the best way to do it. So I seen some people in some chats today as they was discussing this whole entire ordeal, right? And I want to give a shout out to a few moderators who moderate not just here, but also in other spaces. They was really calling out the fact like y'all are willing to accept commentary and context from a registered sex offender who lied about his own case, right? But then the crazy part was this, even as it was being called out, because like I always tell y'all, every time there's a situation where I'm calling out the fuck shit and I'm calling out the nuances that's going on, what did I tell y'all? YouTube doesn't allow tagging people on shorts on their app. It's stupid. Yeah, it's really dumb. I don't know why they do that. YouTube is just it's a myriad of stupidity, but it is what it is. I'm not barking about it. But anyhow, in the midst of doing all of this, why is my hashtags not on my video? Give me 1 second, y'all. I have to add my hashtags to my video. Hold on. To my live stream, rather. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me add these hashtags right quick. And there. All right. That should do it. All right, cool. Bet. There we go. All right, and also apparently my chat is not working either because I see a lot of y'all just going crazy in the chat as well. My bad, y'all. Hold on. What is going on with StreamYard? Why is StreamYard acting up? I don't know what's going on with StreamYard. I see so many of y'all in the chat that I did not see when I was looking at StreamYard. Hold on, let me do pop-out chat. That way I can be able to see y'all comment. My bad, y'all. StreamYard is acting up and is acting stupid. It is what it is. All right, so shout out to everybody that's been in the building this whole entire time. Greatly appreciate y'all. My bad for not seeing none of y'all chats, but I'm just now seeing all of y'all chats now, so I apologize because StreamYard was fucking up. But let me go ahead and just what was I just doing before I just started this? What was I just doing? Y'all remind me. What was I just talking about? Because I just had to check that really quick. My bad, y'all. What was I just talking about? Willfully ignorant mixed with kind of diggers. What was I just talking about? Somebody remind me what I was just talking about. What the hell was I just talking about? Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. All right, now I know what it was. I was addressing a comment that was left apparently about me, right? So there it is. All right, cool. So yeah, targeting people on shorts, right? So I want to share with y'all this comment right here. And technically, I really don't have a beef with House of Hypocrites, but apparently I do got a beef with House of Hypocrites because I don't support Karmelo Anthony. So let me go ahead and address my brother live really quick. Give me a second. Let me switch my camera because apparently this is what I got to do, which is weird, but you know, it is what it is. So House of Hypocrites left a chat in someone's channel, and he says, a lot of them hurting, so they hating. Angry man be sneak dissing like a hoe. Sell your wife be sneak dissing like a hoe, because we standing up for Karmelo with logical takes. Let me go ahead and say this right now to my brother, House of Hypocrites, bruh. The amount of shit that I could say about you because I really don't feel like beefing with YouTubers right now. I really don't. I'm not in the mood to beef with YouTubers like that. But I know that you're going to support the people that you support. I know that you're going to have the back of people who you support, right? The sad part is this, right? You don't have to divulge to disrespect just because, you know what I'm saying, I don't agree with Karmelo. And I hope that y'all are paying attention to this. And the sad part is this, right? The fact that you will go in someone's chat and you will type this and you didn't think that this was going to get back to me, or either you probably did type it because you knew it was going to get back to me, or however it was going to be, right? I'm not going to start supporting Karmelo just because you type shit like this in the chat. I'm not going to change up my position. One second. Sorry, my son has his iPad up very loudly. But I'm not going to start supporting Karmelo just because you start typing shit like this. Especially because, I don't know if you just upset, but I called out the fact that the only reason that a lot of y'all channels grew, and I'm saying a lot of y'all channels, I'm talking about specifically YouTubers, a lot of y'all channels grew is because y'all stayed focused on a black man and his family for 6 months, right? Yeah, he said logical takes, which is weird, right? But the sell your wife be sneak dissing like a hoe. First of all, let me go ahead and say this. Sir, ain't no hoe in my blood. And ain't never been no hoe in my blood. Even when I met up with you, and even when we met up and we dapped each other up and we seen each other in Texas after the Fantastic fight, it wasn't no hoe in my blood then. Ain't no hoe in my blood now. And I don't know if you doing this just for content or if you looking for a response, but don't be mad at me. I'm not the one who stabbed the nigga. That 17-year-old hoe ass little nigga is the one that stabbed somebody. Don't get mad at me because I've been telling people for a whole entire year, y'all getting y'all hopes up because now y'all are drawing lines in the sand to where y'all are saying that if you're not supporting Karmelo, you ain't black. Well, guess what? I guess I'm not black then, right? And to further along the fact that you're proving my point religiously that y'all content creators, this is why a lot of content creators, right? A lot of content creators, I'm really starting to notice y'all have a very disgusting sense of loyalty to a community of people that naturally does not give a fuck about you, right? Because we see that when you do content about other things, that subscriber base is not there, right? When you do content about other things, people not watching, and that's okay. That's what happens to us as content creators. But the fact that you went into this chat room and you said me and Angry Man specifically, here's the funny thing. This is not even nothing to get mad about. I appreciate the free promotion. I appreciate the free press. I appreciate you talking about me in someone else's chat. And I appreciate the fact that you bringing up the fact that I don't support Karmelo, and that is what assumedly makes me a hoe. My nigga, House of Hypocrites, brother, I'm talking to you directly in this. Fuck Karmelo, fuck his daddy, fuck his mama, and fuck anybody who support him. Just that simple. Just that simple. And it's not even enough to be mad. I don't have to get up here and cuss you out and do all. I'm not going to behave the way that y'all behaved when it was falsely reported that Karmelo Anthony was found guilty of manslaughter, and y'all was out there cheering and getting all up in white people's face. Y'all was really showing y'all racism, right? But then when it was reported that Karmelo Anthony was found guilty of murder, now all of a sudden we have a myriad of reactions, right? Which I have that video queued up as well, right? But this is how I'm going to be responding to a lot of y'all, right? Because I don't have to get mad just because y'all are upset that I don't support your murderous fiend and your murderous messiah who went out here and killed a white person. And now all of a sudden, oh, anybody that don't support Karmelo, you a whole ass nigga. Okay. Well, here's the other side of that too. If you feel like this now, just because I don't support Karmelo, that means you've been feeling like this. And if this is how you've been feeling, you could have just said it a long time ago. Like Karmelo. If Karmelo felt like killing a white person, he could have just did it a long time ago. But he didn't, right? Karmelo needed this day. He needed this time. He needed that knife because he naturally is a hoe ass nigga. And since hoe ass niggas need backup like a knife, what did you think we was going to say? Other than just the truth. Karmelo killed Austin Metcalf. He deserves to go to prison. He's lucky he wasn't old enough to get the death penalty. But please continue to support him. He needs your support. Karmelo needs y'all now more than ever, right? And while y'all out there crying all over the ground and y'all out there saying that this is not right, what am I going to tell my kids? If y'all think I'm lying, look, I got the video. Look, I got the video.
No man's law, they saying murder. I thought it was manslaughter too. They saying guilty of murder on Fox right now. They saying guilty of
And I hope y'all are seeing this, right? Because what y'all are seeing is just the reactions from the Communitah from outside the courthouse. But what y'all not, if Bridget, if you unsubbed, I'm sorry that you unsubbed, but I mean, I'm sorry that happened, but moderators only, oh, you said be respectful. Okay, cool. If y'all not being respectful in the chat, the moderator's getting you up out of there. I'm not stopping them. So I hope y'all are paying attention to what's going on outside the Collin County Courthouse. People are raging, and it's specifically black people that's raging against, you said the super chat is working? No, super chat's not working because I'm not monetized anymore, which a lot of them is selling. They happy about it. They're like, I'm so glad say you like not monetized no more. That's okay. I don't have to be monetized to tell the truth, right? If your ability to be able to tell the truth is only based in the fact of whether or not you're monetized or not, I have more questions about you as a content creator, right? I'm going to tell the truth regardless. I don't care if it's one person in here or if there's 4,000 people in here, right? Because a lot of the people who have a problem with me telling the truth about Karmelo, they was the same people who was in here saluting me when I had 3,000 people in the chat. So please don't get in your feelings now, right? Thank you, Sister Trees, for dropping the links to the support. If you would like to support the show, of course, because we don't have the super chat button. If you like to support the show, you have 3 different ways you can do it. You have the Cash App, which is $Cellulite. You have PayPal, which is Butterfly Progressive. You have Venmo, which is my Casper. But other than that, I want y'all to pay. This is why I wanted to play this video. I want y'all to see this is how people were reacting and how their inner racism just woke up, right? Their inner racism, they couldn't hold it no more. It was terrible. But again, I say, when the false reporting from Google, well, they was like, oh, it's on Google. He got guilty of manslaughter. They was all up in people's faces saying crazy shit, everything, right? But then when he was found of murder, this was their reaction.
Has it not been announced?
Oh, by the way, really quick, that crazy lady right there in the red, she was out there performing voodoo If y'all didn't see the video, it was crazy. She was like a shaman. She was like screaming. She had very guttural, diaphragmatic voice. She was out there going crazy, right? And no, the jury was not all white. We already know that to be true. Like a lot of people keep saying, it was an all-white jury. Just because there was no black people in that jury doesn't mean anything. Those black people who went to be jurors, maybe they should have proved that they can be impartial, but they admitted that they can't be impartial because they said that I couldn't see myself putting a black person in jail. Okay, cool, no problem. So racism within the jury selection process. Gotcha. But anyway, let's continue. And she's out there walking around with no shoes on. She was going in circles. She was going crazy.
Don't believe everything you hear.
I know it. That's true.
Texas has stand your ground.
All right, so Miss, I said Mr. My apologize. Miss Crystal Muhammad of the New Black Panther Party. She was out there and she was being extremely racist. Y'all listen in.
Penal code 9.31, 9.32. He had no reason to retreat. You don't have to retreat.
That's correct. And I appreciate, shout out to Dennis Sperling for correcting me on that, because I did go on his show and I asked him, in Texas, do you have a duty to retreat? He says no. I said, all right, cool, appreciate it.
Understand your ground. He had
Ally says, why did they pick purple to support this clown? Because purple is his favorite color.
a right to be there. He was not the aggressor. This whole thing been racist. It was supposed to be a public court. They had a private court, all white jury.
So I want to address that really quick. So people say, oh, it's supposed to be a public court. Well, the judge himself, he went ahead and he'd addressed that themselves. Let's go ahead and pick this up where he addresses that.
How this case would catch on like it did. But I knew from the very origins of the case that it started off badly. At the first hearing they had with regard to Mr. Anthony's bond, I was not the judge of that. But social media really caught the case and really started impacting the energy around the case. And so the judge got threatened and people got doxxed and swatted. And things.
Oh, my bad. I'm a terrible host. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear the audio.
And so I knew that was going on. And so I did not want that to happen. I wanted Mr. Anthony to get the fairest trial that's available anywhere. And to do that, I had to protect people. And the major group of people I wanted to protect are the students who witnessed this tragedy. And so that really was the really start of preparing is how do I do that? How do I isolate those kids? And so we don't have to make this tragic event even more tragic than it already was. And so that's when the preparation started.
Right. So not having cameras in the courtroom, you have to remember when this case popped off, a lot of these kids were 15, 16, 17, right? So to protect the identity of these minors, you couldn't have cameras in the courtroom. Now, I'm glad that we at this part because there's something I need to address. I need to address a very disgusting person. If y'all okay with me addressing this very disgusting person, not in the chat, they're not in the chat. I just need to address a very disgusting person. I need to address this woman right here. Let me go ahead and change my camera so y'all can be able to see exactly who she is, right? So this lady right here, Miss Friendzone Neek. I need to address this terrible, disgusting, nasty, decrepit woman right here. And the reason I need to discuss this very disgusting, decrepit, vile woman is because this woman, by the name of Friendzone Neek, what she did was, apparently she was in the courtroom and she took down the names of the young children, of all the young children who specifically testified against Karmelo. Now, I can't play y'all the video. I do have the video, but I can't play y'all the video because what she did was she then went on Instagram Live and she was saying the names of the kids that testified against Karmelo. Not only did she say the name of the kids, she also addressed them by their race. She also addressed them by how it is. She described them. This nasty, decrepit. This is why I can't, right? And when I watched the video and I was listening to her list off the names, I said, you have to be kidding me. Why is this woman not in jail for literally doxing children just because they did not testify in a beneficial way to Karmelo Anthony, right? Yeah, trying to get those kids and people killed, right? Right, Brittany B. Brittany B says, protect the kids, huh? Right. The sad part is that this woman, this terrible, disgusting, decrepit ass woman, is still able to have an Instagram page. And she's not locked up, at least from what I hear. But this lady right here, this woman, this terrible, disgusting person, and to all of you Karmelo supporters in the chat, I want you to know right now, it's a woman like her and other people. It's why you make it hard to support the Karmelo cause, right? You make it hard for people to not really look at a certain subsect of people, or as we call a certain sector of ninjas, and say, y'all are just terrible fucking people. Why would you be out here on an Instagram Live naming kids and saying vile things about them and describing them just because they did not testify in Karmelo's benefit? So I just wanted to let y'all know, as this woman is out here, where it is. Where's my video? Hold on, y'all. I gotta find my video I was just on. Hold on. Where's my video I was on? God darn it. Hold on. Is this it? Or is this it? Right there. This video right here. So let me go ahead and switch screens so y'all can be able to see the full entire video really quick. 1 second. All right, cool. There we go. So this is why I like to go live, and this is why I like to actually discuss what's really going on instead of people just saying, oh, well, we don't know, but what if? And it gotta be this way. And it has to be this way because it's Karmelo, and they just don't like him because he's a black boy. No. We don't want people adding things or taking things out that was not discussed or does not have anything to do with this trial. In other words, please stop deflecting from the fact that a 17-year-old murderer decided to take a knife to a track meet and kill someone all because they got pushed. That's bullshit. You can't argue 931 and 932. You can't claim self-defense when you're a provocateur, right? So let's continue really quick because I have a second video I want to show about, the courtroom reactions outside.
Had a private court, all-white jury.
He did not have an all-white jury. All right, so as they're standing outside waiting, this is when the verdict gets read. Shout out, thank you for the, hey, I'll take the, hey, I appreciate that. Fuck it. Hey, shout out to my man's 3-man podcast for the goddamn Cash App. Greatly appreciate you for being a huge supporter of the show, big homie. Let me go ahead and play y'all this. Now, this is after the guilty verdict was ran.
When they gave Karmelo the verdict, he broke down and he cried. He broke down and he cried.
How do you know that?
He broke down. She was in there with him.
Hold on 1 second.
Be on camera. She broke down and cried.
So explain to me what the
when
woman
they came back with the verdict, he broke down and he cried. Somber. That family nurse not good. That boy's not good. You been in there. I done talked to you before. You been in there. That boy smiled.
Can y'all hear the video?
That boy broke down and cried. They done fucked up the rest of this boy's life.
When you're out here and you see all these people, you've been here every day. I know. When you hear that verdict read, I saw you break down to the ground. What's going through your heart? What's going through your head right now?
Why do we have to care anymore? Why are we even here? To be honest, why are we here? What are we here for? Because if we take up for ourselves, we go to jail. If we don't, we die. So it's a catch-22 in this situation. What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do at this point? What? I'm lost for it. I don't know what to do. I got 5 boys. I don't know.
I can answer a few of those questions that she just had. You says now take your hat off. I want to see your hairline. Hey, excuse me, sir. I appreciate you for the $5, but my hairline's good, my G. I just need you to understand. I actually have hair up under here, right? I ain't bald or I ain't balding like some of these other content creators, but I can answer the question. The question is, maybe you should stop killing people. Maybe you should stop raising your young boys as if they're grown men. Maybe you should stop raising your young girls as if they're grown women. Maybe y'all should stop having multitudes of kids that y'all can't take care of. Maybe y'all should fix y'all community. Maybe y'all should work on the structure and the organization of y'all community. Maybe y'all should work on the education that y'all are teaching y'all children. Maybe y'all should stop producing and listening to drill music. Maybe y'all should not stop banging dumbass, crazy ass rap and hip hop music around your kids. Maybe you should stop cussing around your kids. Maybe you should stop doing sexual things in sexual nature and even referring to your children in sexual ways. Maybe that'll help. Maybe stop smoking weed around your children. Maybe start putting your children in better schools. How about vote? Maybe you should go down to the leadership within your city and make demands of them. And if they do not change the things that you see that need to be done, maybe you should vote to get them out. That's why you need to get out and go vote. Maybe you should stop always thinking that being a real nigga is what it means to be a real person or a human being, because being a real nigga does not mean that you're a better person. It just means that you don't care about anyone. Maybe you should start keeping an eye on your children. Maybe you should start caring. That way, when you start caring and loving on your children, other people won't have to go through what it is, the traumas that you are instilling within your children. Maybe y'all should start working on community. Maybe y'all should start working on the fact that maybe y'all need to get off of welfare. It's a whole lot of things. I can answer so many different questions with this young lady. But ma'am, I hate to say this, but I know who she is because she's a content creator. Her name is Queen 88. I have nothing against Queen 88, right? Queen 88 seems like she does good for herself. She be in music videos. She does content. She makes money. She drives a nice car. Ma'am, you are above what most people would consider is a certain sector of the community. But I'm speaking not to Queen 88, but through Queen 88 to y'all. Maybe a lot of things that's going on within the Black community, y'all should stop promoting and glorifying as if it's the next best thing to ass paper. Maybe that would help. Maybe stop promoting that young boys and young girls should be walking around with firearms and knives on them. Maybe that'll happen. Maybe get these drug dealers and these drug users out of your neighborhoods. Maybe start cleaning up your neighborhoods. Maybe stop participating in so much wasteful spending. You don't need a $400 pair of Jordans when you have a $300 light bill, and that's only going to leave you with $100, and you didn't pay the rest of your bills. Maybe you should balance your budget. Maybe y'all should worry about raising boys to be men and girls to be women. That way they can focus on bettering their life, and then they can worry about being a wife and their husband. But since y'all rocket them from the womb to baby mama or baby daddy status, maybe y'all should. It's a ton of things that y'all can address, right? Here's a big one. Stop voting for the Democratic Party. That's step number one, right? Step number one is get out from up under and stop following behind the Democratic Party. It's not serving you any good, because everything that I'm answering to all of her questions is the reason why the Karmelo Anthony family left Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That's why they moved into Frisco, Texas. You know why? Because it was a predominantly white neighborhood, and it had better school choice, it had better jobs, it had better opportunities, and it was clean. There wasn't people walking around banging loud music all throughout the day. It was not gunshots at night. People was not out there witnessing block parties happening until 4 o'clock in the morning where everyone has nowhere to go, but they got all the time to be there. And what do you tell your 5 boys? How about don't stab people? Don't kill people. If someone touches you, if someone pushes you, walk away. It's an easier thing to do. But you know, the problem is, oh, well, say you're not being realistic. You can't walk away from every situation. Sometimes you got to throw the dukes up, right? And if we being 1,000% honest, again, shout out to Dennis Sperling. If you do the crime, if you was man enough or woman enough to do the crime, you got to be man enough or woman enough to do the time. And that's just that, right? Everybody's out here crying about this murderer, this 17-year-old murderer, but y'all don't care about black on black crime. Y'all don't want to talk about that. Because if you actually start talking about black on black crime, then a lot of y'all heads would explode. But if a white person says anything that I'm saying right now, they're considered a racist. But because I'm black and I'm saying it, now I'm a coon. Now I'm a self-hater. Now I'm a traitor. But here's the problem. How do you establish negativity on truth? You can't. You can't establish negativity on truth, right? When you tell the truth that the black community needs a wake-up call and it needs to get out of the bullshit that it's participating in, which is degeneracy, lack of accountability, and no self-responsibility, maybe y'all could address some of the problems that y'all have, right? Anyway, let's continue.
I ain't got nothing to tell him no more. You can't walk away no more.
Rest in peace, Trayvon Martin.
Let me ask you this right now. I hear the frustration. Are you more angry or more sad as to what just happened?
I'm angry and I'm hurt. I'm angry because you were in there, I was in there too. Those witnesses were lying on him. You got the judge, friend.
Hey, shout out to my man, Mr. Roberts. Hey, I appreciate you, Mr. Roberts, for supporting on the Cash App. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you.
With the prosecutor, let's start there. The judge was falling asleep. Some juries was falling asleep and didn't even have a damn notepad. Y'all didn't take this shit seriously.
All right, Austin, come this way because it looks like the crowd is moving, and we're just gonna. Connell, stay with us. Yep. As the crowd.
See, what I have a problem with everything that she said is you can be mad at how court proceeded, but are you mad at why it is that you're at court at all? Are you upset about the fact that a young boy went and stabbed another man? That's what you should be mad about. You should be mad at the fact that this nigga thought that he could take someone's life. That's what you should be mad at.
It goes this way. We're just gonna kind of make sure. Come this way. So, this. Excuse me, sir. Is this the Anthony family?
Yeah.
We love y'all.
So, Connell.
I want to go talk to them. They're going to go over there in the grass.
Okay.
Not out here in the road.
So it looks like family is leaving right now.
So this is the disgusting part, right? The disgusting part is that Escalade or that truck, that SUV, looked like a Durango. I could be wrong though. Let me see what this is. Hold up.
Family.
We love y'all.
Now again, remember it's a Cadillac. All right, so that's the Escalade. That's the Escalade. Hold on, I want to single this out. That's the Escalade that they bought with the Give, Send, Go money. That's the Escalade that they use for the Give, Send, Go money, not to actually pay for their son's legal defense fund. That's the Escalade that they bought, right? So here's the thing. Yeah, the Escalade. You see it, Ally? You see it? You see that's the Escalade that they bought. So now we have true representation of what it is that they did with the money. So this is the disgusting part about this. After the verdict was read, the family left. They left. They left their son there, right? Did you hear about the plea deal? What plea deal? Hold on, wait, time out. I didn't hear about a plea deal. Wait a minute, hold up. There was a plea deal? There was an offer for a plea deal? Wait a minute. I didn't hear about a plea deal. Hold on, I'm reading y'all chat. If y'all know what the plea deal was, they gave him a 10-year plea deal and they refused it. You got to be the dumbest nigga alive. You got to be the dumbest mother. I heard it was 10 years. Everybody's saying it's 10 years. FRTV said it wasn't. Gina said it was. He had a 10-year plea deal. His parent told him not to take it for the money. God damn. Bruh. You mean to tell me that he could have took 10 years? Are you serious? And he didn't take it? You could have took 10 years? I hope that's not true. I hope it ain't. I hope it ain't. I would be pissed. If I'm sitting up in jail and they just gave me 35, I'd be like, hey, yo, excuse me. Hi. That 10 years y'all was talking about, hey, yo. Hey, I would be pissed. Motherfucker. I could have had 10 and I got 35. I would have took the deal. Listen, I would have took the deal, bro. I'd have took the deal. Fuck it. I'd have took the motherfucking deal. Loaded Luck says, if you accepted the plea deal, his parents, they wouldn't be able to get the money. Yeah, I know. But that's the problem, though, right? Since his parents showed him that they didn't give a fuck about him, why should he give a fuck about them? Anywho, let's get back to it.
So, Connell.
I want to go talk to them. They're going to go over there in the grass.
Okay.
Not out here in the road.
So it looks like family is leaving right now.
You did a damn good job representing him.
So this is.
Let me look and see. I need to look and see if this plea deal is actually true. Karmelo, 1 second. I need to know that. Hold up. Let me look. Was Karmelo Anthony offered a plea deal? From what I see, I don't see that he was offered a plea deal. Hold on. Hold up, y'all. 1 second. I don't want to be putting out false information. You don't bring this to this space. I don't see anything about a plea deal. If y'all see something, I don't think there was any plea deal. I looked it up, said he wasn't. Okay, cool. So apparently, all right. So let me clear that up. I'm looking it up. People in the chat saying that they looking up. Apparently, he was not offered a plea deal. Until I see what you're saying, Slumdog. I see what you're saying, but I don't like to say things that I can't verify. So, I'm not saying this to be safe because I just want to be honest. I haven't seen any plea deal, so I'm not going to say he's offered a plea deal. Not until I see it. Now, if I see record of it, that's different. But yeah, I don't see a plea deal.
The Anthony family representation. Connell, he's been speaking on behalf of the family. I got you, Connell.
I was going to say, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to have this conversation now, but if you are going to have it here, I thought it was going to be a different location. Let's just listen live to this. And then Rich McHugh in a moment has a Metcalf family statement that'll put some more context. But this is on the Karmelo Anthony side, just out of the courthouse. All right, go ahead, X.
Sorry, brother. So that I can be able to.
And this race hustling bastard, I don't know if y'all actually seen what he said in this part of the interview. We've already played it like 2 or 3 times, but just to summarize it, he's going to make it about race. I don't know if y'all seen it or not. I've seen it. Some of the people who's been here at the channel, they've seen it. But yeah, you say you can't stand Dominique. Yeah. The baby shaker, the baby shaking minister of justice. Yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I don't even want to hear him speak. Let's go over to Judge Roach.
But it's important for us to make sure that the facts are tried in a courtroom and not in the courtroom of public opinion or social media or the media. And so that was important to me. I knew it was probably getting out of hand even before I started the case. And I wanted to ensure that didn't happen because my job is to make sure that everybody gets a fair trial. And if we're trying it outside of these walls that you're sitting in right now, then that's not fair. Well, social media just generally got it wrong. I mean, and that, let me address that specifically, is I don't know the Metcalfs. I have never met the Metcalfs. I have never socialized with the Metcalfs. I would know the Metcalfs if they walked in before the trial, if they walked up to me and said hello. And so it's ridiculous. And that's just people trying to drive their agenda and drive something. But you shouldn't do that. Even in social media, if you're going to call yourself a new organization or independent journalist or whatever you want to call yourself, if you're spreading lies, then you're not a journalist. And so I don't know what to do about it. I know what I did about it in this case, which is just ignored them and did my job. But I think long term, that's going to impact people's ability to get the news and get it right and get the truth. And that's sad. And I don't like it, but it's something we're going to have to deal with from now on. My experience just in life, watching court cases on TV, you can tell that cameras change people. They make them nervous. They make people act differently. And that includes the judge. It includes the lawyers. It includes the witnesses and everybody else surrounding it. And so I did not want that to happen. We needed to make sure that this was about this case. And we needed to make sure that the kids weren't scared to come in and testify in court because their face was going to be all over the place. And people were going to criticize their testimony and all, which may influence other people's testimony, which is completely beyond what we needed to have in this case. And so it was a pretty easy decision for me not to have cameras in the courtroom. I never have, by the way. In any case I've ever tried, I've never allowed a camera in this courtroom during a case. So this is not something I did for this case.
Do you think race played a role in this trial?
No.
And kind of talking about the verdict, were you just surprised by the verdict or the sentence that the jury gave?
It's not really my job to be surprised or not. Here's what I'm supposed to do. Pick a fair jury, provide them a safe environment in which to do their job. Number two is to give them the facts and the evidence according with the rules of law, which they took that into consideration.
Really quick, Cato says, has any of the jurors been doxxed? I'm pretty sure that they have, especially because of this disgusting ass woman. All I was able to get was the video of where she was doxing the hey, what's going on? What's going on, Dims? I was able to get the video of where she was doxing the children that was testifying in the courtroom. I don't know if there's a video if she was doxing the jurors. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't say the jurors' names out loud, but as far as the kids that was testifying and the ones that testified against Karmelo, yeah, this nasty, disgusting thing, she doxed all the kids.
And guide them through my instructions to get to a verdict. All those things were accomplished in this case. And so their verdict is what it is. And I'm proud of the way they got to that decision.
Karmelo Anthony's family filed an appeal. What are kind of the next steps in that, and what are the chances it's successful?
Natural course of every case, especially when someone's convicted and sentenced, and went to a jury trial. It is, I would say, 99% of them appeal. So that's just part of the natural process.
99 Problem says, who doxed the kids? This woman right here, this nasty thing. Let me change my camera so I can get a good look at her Instagram. Rather her TikTok, sorry, her TikTok, because it was doing the TikTok live. So this is her. This is the woman that doxed the kids. Her name, oh shit, hold on, let me change my camera. This is the woman that doxed the kids, Miss Friendzone Meek. She's the one that doxed them. She weighs like 400 pounds. Yeah, it was nasty work, man. It was terrible. Yes, you can. You can go to jail. Shit, hold on. I'm playing the video. I'm not even sharing the tab. 1 second.
It is, I would say, 99% of them appeal. So that's just part of the natural process. A court will review to see whether or not any legal errors were made. And in my opinion, I think that I did everything according to law, but I have no idea what's going to happen next and really don't care. And what I mean by that is that I did my job. Now time for the appellate courts to do their job, and they'll decide whatever they decide, just like I decided whatever I decided.
How would you explain the racial makeup of the jury to someone that was questioning it?
Well, I've heard a lot that said there were no blacks on the jury, and I believe that fact is true, but it was a very diverse jury and other cultures and other races and stuff. And so I really didn't pay attention to it, really, because that's not the job, right, is to manufacture some look of a jury or the makeup of a jury.
Hi, Lakeisha in the chat. Lakeisha says this was a racist case. Yeah, when the Karmelo supporters made it about race, it definitely became a racist case.
But I thought it was a good cross-section of Collin County. And again, they did their job. And I think they took their oath very seriously, no matter what their background was. I hope that Austin Metcalf's family thinks that their son got a fair trial, being the victim of this horrific crime. And equally, I hope the Anthonys believe that their son got a fair trial. And at the end of the day, if people think they got a fair trial, then that's success for me. No matter what they say about me anywhere on social media or in the media, that's okay. I understand. There's a lot of emotions behind this case. But
HB says, when are you going to get YouTube Super Chat set up? I haven't decided on whether or not I'm going to remonetize my channel. I don't like the fact that I don't like how I was treated by YouTube. And I don't want to talk about this too much other than the fact that if you want to support the show, you can do so by way of Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. That's your three options right there. If you need the Cash App or the PayPal or the Venmo, then just request it in the chat and one of the moderators can drop it in the chat. But it is Cash App is $Cellulite, SELLYOULIGHT. The PayPal is Butterfly Progressive, and Venmo is Mind Chaos Brew. Appreciate it. 6 phone location says you must be slow. His followers made it about race. They did. From the very onset of this case, that's all the Karmelo supporters have been talking about. That this case is about race. It's about race. It's about race. It's about race and race and race and race. It's like remove. Okay, cool. So let's play a game, right? I'm going to play a game with y'all. We're going to play the race game. Okay, everybody in the chat, put a 1 in the chat if you're ready to participate in this social experiment. Okay, so let's play a game of race. Okay, the Karmelo supporters have been stating that Karmelo was treated this way because he was black. And the counter to that is that because Austin is white, that they think that this is why Karmelo got railroaded. Cool. So we're going to play a game. We're going to do a social experiment, right? And I always like to be prepared for moments like this. Let me take this banner down so y'all can be able to see. If the races were reversed, would you say that white Karmelo Anthony got a fair trial? And I'm asking for a very specific reason. That's why I labeled the question that way. If Karmelo Anthony was white, would you say he got a fair trial because black Austin Metcalf was murdered by him? Would you say he got a fair trial? I don't mind pausing the show just for this question, right? So I'm going to give y'all like a minute to answer. Would you say white Karmelo got a fair trial because he was convicted? Skee-ba-dee bop, skee-ba-doo, skee-ba-doo-ba-dow, skee-ba-doo-ba-doop, skee-ba-doop, skee-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. For those of y'all that don't know, that's the old school Robin Hood opening. Y'all should know. Y'all should know that. So there we go. A lot of y'all answered yes. Some answered no. Thanks for participating in this social experiment. Because a lot of Karmelo supporters won't say that indeed, because if Austin was black, they would be calling for the death of Karmelo Anthony if he was white. So now, remove race out of it. A boy took a knife to a track meet and stabbed another boy because he pushed him. He deserves to be in prison. 17. You don't need a video. You have the facts. You have a body. You have a knife. You have a person who used the knife to create the dead body. Period. End of story. And I just did that without even introducing race into it. So for all of you Karmelo supporters, you have to ask yourself, is your prejudice and your racism more valuable than the truth? And if you can't answer that question, you're a racist. If you're only supporting Karmelo because he's black, you're a racist. If you're happy that the fact that Karmelo, who is black, and Austin, who is white, if you're happy that Karmelo killed Austin, you're a racist. Just that simple. Just that simple. If you're glorifying a murderer, you're a racist. If you can't have sympathy and empathy for the Metcalf family only because they're white, you're a racist. Just that simple. Anyway, back to our video because I want to get to here. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear the video.
Karmelo Anthony is in the Collin County Jail tonight after a jury found him guilty of murdering Austin Metcalf at a high school track meet.
Yeah, he was sentenced to 35 years in prison, but his attorneys just filed a notice of appeal, the first step in a long process to possibly reduce his sentence.
Jobin Paniker just sat down with the prosecutor who breaks down the method used for jury selection to the closing arguments.
It is the day after one of the most high-profile Collin County trials has ended. Bill Werski is the prosecutor who successfully argued Karmelo Anthony should be convicted of murder.
Do you think Karmelo Anthony intended to kill?
Now, that's the prosecutor, Mr. Wersk.
Austin Metcalf. That's a great question.
While Collin County trials has ended, Bill Werski is the prosecutor who successfully argued Karmelo Anthony should be convicted of murder.
Do you think Karmelo Anthony...
Voltaire says this dude feels Zimmerman was innocent. Let me answer that. So let me make sure I got the facts right. And y'all in the chat, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, right? You said just use the Chud the Builder example. Oh, that's easy. Chud the Builder. If you're a black person, if you believe that Karmelo Anthony had a so-called self-defense claim, then you should also believe that Chud the Builder had a self-defense claim. Because Chud the Builder, no matter how antagonizing he was to people, a black man ran up on Chud the Builder and swung on him. So if you feel that a white person pushing you gives you the right to stab them, you should also feel that a black person punching a white man should give them a reason to shoot him. Because y'all believe that lethal force should be met with, that non-lethal force should be met with lethal force. This is what y'all believe, right? But back to the George Zimmerman thing, right? So George Zimmerman, just to make sure I got the facts right. George Zimmerman witnessed Trayvon Martin walking around in the neighborhood. He calls, I think the police, or calls 911, and the dispatcher tells him not to follow Trayvon Martin. A dispatcher does not have the legal authority to tell you what to do or what not to do. They can only make suggestions. A dispatcher cannot make an arrest. They can't. Even if they're a police officer that's working the desk of a dispatcher, they can't arrest you over the phone. Excuse me, sir. Do me a favor. Go ahead. Stop right there. Get on your knees. Put your hands behind your head and wait for a police officer unit to show there. They'll be there in about 6 minutes. So you got to sit there for 6 minutes on your knees like a dumbass You can't even think of songs that last for 8 minutes, right? So George Zimmerman then proceeds to follow Trayvon Martin. As he's following Trayvon Martin, somewhere along there and the other, once he hangs up the phone, him and Trayvon gets into a physical altercation. During this physical altercation, Trayvon Martin gets the best of George Zimmerman. During him getting the best of George Zimmerman, he climbs on top of him. He mounts him. And as he's punching him, he breaks his nose, which there's pictures for this. He breaks his nose, there's blood all over his face. And as he basically, if I got you on the ground and I'm sitting on top of your chest and I'm punching you, for every one punch I'm giving you, you're getting hit twice because your head is hitting the concrete as well, right? So he was punching George Zimmerman and George Zimmerman's head was hitting the concrete. So it's technically two. George Zimmerman had a firearm on him. Those deadly punches, which could have resulted in him either losing his life, brain injury, broken skull, anything, right? George Zimmerman felt that his life was being threatened because he was getting his head bashed in onto the concrete by Trayvon Martin. So now, question for the crowd, and I'm asking everybody in the chat. If someone is on top of you, bashing your head into the concrete, and you have a gun on you, do you use that gun to shoot that person to stop them from bashing your head? Simple question. Hey, Nita, what's going on? Do you use that gun to stop the person from punching your head into the ground? Now, where's the racial angle on that? I didn't introduce no race in that. Simple. Right. Kevin saying, I don't give a damn what color you is. Pow, bang, bang, chitty, chitty, bang, bang, motherfucker. Period. Voltaire says he had no bash skull injury. Don't y'all love when I get to prove people wrong? Don't y'all love it? Okay, I can't believe I gotta do this. I actually gotta stop the show for this. Okay. Beepity bop beep doo da dee da boo da bow. Skip it up, skip it up, skip it up. 1 second. Pull this over. Wrong screen. God damn it, Mr. Cellulite, you fucked up. It's the wrong screen. This is the screen you need. Thank you. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna blow this up. I'm gonna switch cameras. Blow this up. And then we're gonna move this. We're going to maximize the screen. And then we're going to go here and then we're going to adjust over so y'all can actually be able to see. Display capture. So to the stupid, idiotic motherfucker in the chat that said, what was his name? Voltaire? To Voltaire, who says he had no bash skull injury, you tell me what the fuck is that in the back of his head? Please, you tell me. I would love to know what is your observation on this, right? Let me make it bigger so you can actually be able to see, right? You tell me what's going on in the back of his head. You tell me. You tell me. I don't mind you saying it, right? Because sometimes you just have to prove things to people, right? So there's the broken nose and there's the bashed in head. He literally has a gash on the back of his head, right? Yes, that's George Zimmerman. That is the damage that Trayvon Martin did to him. T. Sizzle says, why didn't he just mind his business? I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why. What I can tell you is this. is that Trayvon Martin was beating the living shit out of George Zimmerman, and George Zimmerman used a gun to defend his life. And he got off. Anything else? Where's Voltaire? Voltaire, you're not in the chat. Where are you, buddy? Where are you? You said that it wasn't true. Voltaire, where are you, buddy? Where are you? Where are you, Voltaire? I don't see you. I don't see you in the chat anymore. All right, cool. So we can move on then, right? Okay, cool. Bet. Thank you. Thank you for participating in this social experiment. Greatly appreciate it. Let's continue. God damn it.
Intended to kill Austin Metcalf.
That's a great question. Karmelo Anthony should be convicted of murder.
Do you think Karmelo Anthony intended to kill Austin Metcalf?
That's a great question, and you'd have to ask him, but I know he intentionally plunged the knife into Austin Metcalf's chest.
Great answer. You can't even argue against that. We don't know why Karmelo Anthony brought that knife to the track meet. We don't know if he intended to kill Justin Metcalf. What we do know is that he's the one that stabbed Austin Metcalf. That's what we do know. And how can we prove that? I'm not alleged. I did it. I told him not to touch me no more. Not I told them not to touch me no more. I told him not to touch me no more. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Case closed. What the fuck? Like, what are we doing? What? This wasn't even, I don't even see why we needed a trial, right? But anyway, let's continue.
The state put on 21 witnesses, 3 days of testimony, but there were 2 people we did not hear from.
He's like, make me move.
Bill tells us they did not want to put Austin Metcalf's twin brother, Hunter, on the stand because it would be traumatizing.
We were actually...
Oh, so now we know. I always wondered this. Why didn't the prosecution call Hunter Metcalf? I really did have that question. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was expecting the prosecution to call Hunter Metcalf. I was also expecting the defense to call Hunter Metcalf as well. Let's listen.
Metcalf's twin brother, Hunter, on the stand because it would be traumatizing.
We were actually looking forward to see what Karmelo Anthony would have to say. And unfortunately, he chose not to talk.
The defense argued self-defense, no surprise to the state. Bill says the team chose their words in opening and closing arguments carefully, like provoked and senseless.
If you provoke someone and then hurt them as a result of that.
And they proved that in court. All of the witnesses said that Karmelo was the aggressor.
Already a notice of appeal, defense attorney Mike Howard writes, "We believe there are several important issues for the appellate courts to consider. An appeal is the next part of the legal process and a right afforded every American. We asked the state their reasoning for dismissing the 3 potential jurors who identified as African American. Bill says he can't talk about it, but also says,
we don't strike people for no reason.
You're not guilty of murder.
Hey, that's the answer he gave. You can either like it, love it, or hate it. Nope. You can like it, love it, or hate it. However you want to do it.
there are murder trials that happen every day in this courthouse, but none are like this one. The narratives, the noise, all rendered secondary by a decision from a jury of 12.
It's a lengthy prison sentence, and I think Collin County is safer and stronger because we work the process.
In Collin County, I'm Jobin Paniker.
And that's the end of that story. Now, I do have another video queued up. I didn't know that Umar Johnson gave a take. I didn't know that. Someone in the chat just said, "Did you see what Umar Johnson said?" I didn't see what Umar Johnson said. So I'm kind of scared to see what he said, because I know Umar Johnson is a natural racist. I'm kind of scared to see what he said. But also, I can't stand Umar Johnson. Silver Sports says, black culture is so destructive and toxic. So let me clear that up really quick. There's a certain sector of black culture that is destructive and toxic. Not all black people are destructive and toxic, right? You have a certain sector of black culture called niggas, or as we call them, ninjas. With niggas, or with ninjas rather, they're the ones that's ridiculously just off the motherfucking rails. They're not just racist to white people, they're also racist to black people, right? And in this certain sector of niggas, causing the most trouble, being involved in the most crime, having a long rap sheet, just everything degenerative and negative that you can think about, that's what they glorify in that sector of the black community. The biggest problem is that you have black people who defend niggas. That's another problem, right? So I would say that we're talking majorly about a minor problem within the black community, but that minor problem within the black community causes a lot of fucking troubles. And you have black people who have family members or associates or friends or business partners that they still dibble and dabble within the nigga sector of the black community. And what they do is that they the ones that step. So you have black people who defend the niggas against the other black folk, right? Yes, Chris Rock did indeed get it right. Black Smurf says, you don't understand the word minor problem. Absolutely, I do. I really do. So you have all of black community. You have the minor part of the community, which is the niggas that's causing the most trouble. And then you have the blacks who defend the niggas. And then you just got the blacks who's just ashamed or rather embarrassed to share the same color with these motherfuckers. I'm not a person who defend nigga shit. Although I do have a clip that I love to play whenever we are in the whole welcome to Nigga Mania. Whenever there's some Nigga Mania shit going on, just think of this video.
Welcome to Nigga Mania. We've been waiting on these epic battles all year long. Macho Man Ricky Savage versus Hope Easy. Nigga Mania. And in the table letters and
real quick, so the Black Smurf says, so 80% of the community is minor. Got it. No, listen to what I'm saying. The majority of the black community is black. The minor section of the minor section of the black community is niggas. The problem is that you have black people who defend nigga shit, right? And then you have the rest of the people who don't play around, and the black people who defend nigga shit or just nigga shit. You have black people just like, man, fuck that shit. I'm not that. I'm American. Typically, we call them conservatives, right? Typically, these are the people who have conservative values, conservative morals. They believe in a nuclear family. They believe in mother, father, son, daughter, structured family, education. That's that part. But then you got niggas who's just 100% Democrat. And then you got black. The best way to look at this, like in politics, you got the niggas, that's the Democrats. You got the blacks, that's conservatives. And then you got the blacks, that's the independents. That's the best way I can explain it. That's the best way I can explain it. So let's listen in. By the way, thank you, Brittany, for the Cash App. Greatly appreciate you for supporting the show. Thank you very much. If y'all want to support the show, if you need the links, just request the links. But other than that, the Cash App is $Cellulite, SELLYOULIGHT. And then you got the PayPal, which is Butterfly Progressive. And then you got the Venmo, which is Mind Chaos Brew. Appreciate you.
Cat never forgave Karmelo.
Can y'all hear the video? Put one in the chat. You hear the video.
Anthony for what happened to his son. But let that have been a black mother or a black father. They would have forgave him the minute they got the phone call.
I do want to start somewhere, though, that is pressing on Black America. There's a lot of people speaking about it. I want to start with the Karmelo Anthony case.
Yes, sir.
To me, it feels bigger than a courtroom. There's a young black man that's convicted and there's a white young man that's dead. The family is grieving, the internet is divided, and black parents are looking at this, wondering, how do we protect our sons? Did you have a chance to look at the case, and what do you feel about, we'll get to the sentencing. Let's deal with the verdict first. What do you feel about the verdict?
What did you say before that? We'll get to the
sentencing.
The sentencing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, I want to say this. Caucasian nation, the good white folks of America, are so disingenuous.
I can't stand this nigga. I swear to God. One of the biggest fucking disrespectful, racist motherfuckers on this planet. This nigga right here. I cannot stand this nigga. But black people love him and niggas love him. Y'all got it. This is the biggest fucking fool alive.
And the reason I say Caucasian nation is so disingenuous, Loon, is because when black people receive an unfair trial, we are supposed to respect the verdict. But when white people feel that they haven't received a fair trial, they don't have to respect the verdict. The other thing that makes Caucasian nation so disingenuous, Loon, is they always like to treat every black case in its own special vacuum. In other words, when we talk about Karmelo Anthony, we can't talk about the man who took Trayvon Martin's life.
Baby, did you watch this interview with Umar Johnson? I'm getting a headache already.
George
Zimmerman. You can't put it in context.
Can't mix it.
We can't talk about Rick Child, who took Cyrus Carmack Belton's life. We can't talk about Kyle Rittenhouse getting off, Rick Child getting off. Daniel Penny choked a man out in a New York subway and got off on standing his ground, and the man never touched him. The reason white society, Caucasian nation, doesn't like black people to discuss our legal lynchings in context, because if you put it in context, Loon, you cannot come to any other decision that there are two standards of justice in this country. One black, one white, and it's been that way for 407 years. Now, with that being said, we have to understand that to be black in America is a crime in and of itself. In fact, the original crime of America is to be black.
The original crime.
The original crime. The original
The
sin,
first crime.
The first crime was to be black. Because remember, Loon, we were never supposed to be citizens. We were never supposed to be free. We were never supposed to be here after slavery ended. So every time a white person sees you, your existence itself is a crime against white humanity.
Can somebody tell me what the fuck he talking about? I don't. I hate when niggas and black people specifically like to keep slavery alive like it's still happening today. It is 2026, my mans. Why are you speaking as if slavery is happening right now?
Now, with the Karmelo Anthony situation, we also see clearly that black people have no legal right to stand your ground, even in a state where standing your ground is legal.
That's crazy. That's not how that works. Is this the people y'all be listening to? Is this this can't be. Sir, if you want to blame anybody for slavery, go to Africa, go to Portugal, go to the Spanish, go to Europe, blame them niggas for going to West Africa, East Africa, wherever it is that they picked them up from. Go blame them. What do you fuck?
Crazy to me. And so for me, that affects my understanding, because I'm having trouble comprehending how, okay, I'm sitting down, he's standing up. Before we get into the details of the case, though, do you think he got a fair trial, Karmelo Anthony?
He could not get a fair trial.
It was impossible.
It was impossible. He's in Collin County, Texas. Black people are 10%. If that, how is he going to get a fair trial? Loon, if the trial was going to even attempt to be fair, why would there be no black jurors?
Because they could not be impartial. I hope y'all are watching this. This is what I mean by people who always make shit about race. The black people who came up to be jurors, they admitted they could not be impartial. So if you can't be impartial, you can't be on a jury. You're not doing any good to the trial. You're not being fair to the defense or the defendant, and you're not being fair to the prosecution. That's the whole point of being impartial. Impartial meaning that you can judge this case fairly. Not, oh, I don't want to send him to jail because I don't want to be responsible for sending him to jail potentially just because he's black. That's unfair to me. So racism. Or, oh, I don't want to be a white person that sends him to jail, and then someone finds out that I'm white, and now this young black man is in jail, and now they know that I did it, so now I'm a racist. I don't want to be seen as a racist. More failure to be impartial. When you make things about race, you take away everything else. Like we can be having a jambalaya or a gumbo, right? We could be having a gumbo of facts, just facts about humanity, facts about economy, facts about law, facts about hey, we can even have theories about all of these things, and we can have discussions, and we can have diatribes, soliloquies, we can have dissertations, we got all of these things. The moment a person be like, but race, I'll be like, God damn it, man. Race does not outweigh or outvalue anything else. Would I not tell the truth and say that race should not be a part of the conversation? Maybe, but not this one. Nothing about this case was about race, so why are you making it about race?
For the trial to even, the Constitution says you're supposed to be tried by a jury of who?
Your peers.
Your peers.
Yes.
They had a jury of all whites.
God, niggas is ignorant, bruh. Jury of your peers does not mean race. Jury of your peers is people who you live around. So, social experiment time. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. If you haven't already been able to tell, I got Detroit on all my hats. I was born in Rigo, and I commit a crime in Chicago. Guess who a jury of my peer is? People in Chicago. I don't get to go back to Detroit to deal with a Chicago crime that I committed. That's not how that works. I can't be from Detroit and go to what's the whitest state in America? What's the whitest state in America? Utah. I'll just say Utah. I'm not saying that that's the whitest state, but I'll just say Utah. I can't go to Utah and commit a crime. Indiana. I can't go to Indiana, Idaho, Montana. I can't go to none of these places, North Dakota, Wyoming. I can't go to none of these places and be like, I want a jury of my peers. My peers is the place where I committed the crime, not where I'm from. It does not always have to be people who looks like me. And I love to preface this because apparently people don't know how to read Cornell law, right? Cornell law, jury of peers. 1 second. I do like to educate the people. So let me go ahead and pull this up. So, jury of one's peers. Let me take the banner down so y'all can be able to read, right? Jury of one's peers. A jury of one's peers refers to a defendant's constitutional right to have a trial by a jury made of fellow citizens. That word citizens does not mean racial makeup. In other words, if you're black, you're not guaranteed to have a all black or a majority black or some black or hell, even any black juror on your panel. The jurors should be a random selection of citizens who are a representation of the community where the case is being tried. This right applies to all criminal cases, but not necessarily all civil cases. The right to a jury of one's peers is found in the 6th Amendment of the United States Constitution, which states the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy, which, by the way, I have to say this, for a lot of people that are saying that Karmelo got an unfair trial, he had a very speedy trial. The nigga's trial was like a week, if that much, and they got his ass in 3 hours. It was over. Hey, they speed ran that nigga. They was just like, oh, got you. Boy, it was faster than Sonic. You understand me? If you play Sonic the Hedgehog, when you pick up the start, it was his trial was faster than the goddamn Sonic 2 Stage 1 Emerald Hill zone fast his trial was, okay? So, getting back to it really quick. The accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury. The impartial jury provision is intended to ensure that a jury's verdict is not tainted by biases that jurors may harbor before being presented with the evidence of the particular case. Jury of one's peers stems from the expression judgment of his peers in the Magna Carta, which required that nobles accused of crimes would be judged by members of nobility rather than a king. Now, let me break that down for you. The best way I can explain it is this. In the Magna Carta, right, the way it used to be, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Let's say I committed a crime in Detroit, Michigan. I wouldn't have a jury of my peers. I would only have a jury of the highest elite of people, nobility. Let's say I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and I go to West Bubblefuck, Arizona. I wouldn't have a jury of my peers from people from Arizona. I would have a jury of nobility. It was a select group of people who judged people. That way the king didn't have to do it. Now I'm asking everybody in the chat this question. Would you rather have an impartial jury, which is a jury of your peers, or would you rather have a very select group of 12 people? Let's just call these 12 people the 12 families. Would you rather have the 12 families judge everybody's case? I'm asking everybody that in the chat. Would you rather have that? Because if you have that, I want you to think about all the cases that is generated throughout a year, right? And these 12 these elitist people are they're the only ones that judge everybody's cases, right? You got to pick and choose. You can't have it both ways, right? So let's continue. So that is what jury of peers is, right? Just so y'all have a better understanding how this works. So when people go around saying he didn't have no black people in his jury, well, thank God he didn't, that we're not following the Magna Carta, because then you would only have these 12 elitist people. Come on, man. Let's continue.
3 men was Caucasian. 3 by a jury of who? Your peers. They had a jury of all whites. Every man was Caucasian. 3 Asians, 1 Arab. Now, I want to say this to Black America Loom. Multiculturalism died with Karmelo Anthony's conviction.
What? No, the fuck it didn't. What is he talking about? No, it didn't. No, what happened was the dream was shattered. Because what niggas wanted a permission slip and a hall pass to go out and kill white people. That's what they wanted. They wanted fuck around and find out to become a legal standard. That's not what happened, sir.
Multiculturalism died with Karmelo Anthony's conviction. And the reason I say multiculturalism died with Karmelo Anthony's conviction is because if non-white people of color gave a damn about us, Karmelo wouldn't be in jail.
Then you would, okay. And I'm glad that he said that. So what you're saying is that if 9 non-white people really cared about us, then we would say fuck Austin Metcalf's family. I want y'all to know how dangerous this is. And this is why this is dangerous. If you're going to say fuck the grieving family, pay attention. If you're going to say fuck the grieving family, and that grieving family is white, what happens when that family is black? That means fuck the grieving black family too, right? This is the stupidity we have to deal with. These are the people who get promoted, popularized, and glorified. This is naturally dumb as shit. Exactly. Hayabusa said what he just said was the most idiotic thing I ever heard. It's the dumbest shit ever.
Asians don't care about you. Arabs don't care about you. Latinos don't care about you. If they did, Loon, why is there no difference in the outcomes when they are asked to weigh in on the guilt or innocence of African people? All non-blacks in America are white as far as consciousness and opinion goes.
But I think it's always been a one-way street. I think black people has been so given with their love and understanding and their invites, and we receive very little in return for that.
And why do we still give it?
I don't know. I think we think it's a
That's because y'all keep voting for it. Now, I understand the conversation that they're having right now. Why do we keep fighting for this thing if we're not getting nothing in return? Your greatest opportunity to get something in return was Barack Obama. And what did he do for black people? Not a goddamn thing. Barack Obama said, fuck y'all. What did Barack Obama do? This motherfucker brought in the Rainbow Coalition and the Brigade of Gay Frogs. He legalized gay marriage. He said, fuck y'all. He gave money to Iran. He said, fuck y'all. Barack Obama didn't do shit for black people other than stand on the stage in front of a sea of black people as they cried and have bubbles coming out their nose. Oh, and by the way, Michelle Obama's a man. Just in case y'all didn't know. Michelle Obama's a man. Barack Obama didn't do shit for y'all. Not in his first term or his second. He didn't do shit. One thing I do know is this, though. I know that as much angst as y'all got against Trump about these illegals, maybe you need to go back and watch what Obama said about illegals. Maybe y'all must have forgot. Obama said, fuck these illegals. If you've been in this country, you got to go. If you in this country, you got to go. If you're not American, you got to go. That was the Democratic stance. Trump is more of a damn Democrat than he ever could have been a fucking a goddamn conservative. Did y'all forget? Y'all forgot what? Oh man, hold on. Time out. Did y'all forget when Obama made that long ass unnecessary walk to the podium and he made that speech about illegals in America? Did y'all forget that? Shit. Obama was like, I ain't fucking around with y'all. I'm about to start putting y'all niggas in cages. Oh, y'all forgot about the cages? With the motherfucking foil blankets? Y'all forgot about that shit? Oh, Obama was a beast when it came to immigration. I'm sorry, illegal immigration. Obama, he was that bitch. You understand me? That motherfucker came through with that quota host. You understand me? He was giving niggas dimes and bad times. Oh, the whole separating of the kids at the border, that was Obama. That was him. Y'all must have forgot. Y'all never seen the pictures of the goddamn the motherfucking gates, nigga? Now my sister's calling me. Oh yeah, Obama was a beast. How do I know? Because guess what? I served up under the motherfucker. I enlisted into the military in 2009, fresh out of high school. Being in Obama's army was a bitch, my nigga. I'm just being honest with you. You understand me? Them orders we was getting was a motherfucker. God damn. It can't be that important. Anyway, let me get back to it.
The barter system. I'm
going to tell you why we still get it. Because we don't give it to each other.
That's a fact.
If black
in a one-way street, I think black people has been so given with their love.
Oh, wait, hold on, time out. I just blamed Obama. No, Go blame Martin Luther King. No, wait, time out. I just thought about it. Martin Luther King is responsible for this shit. That's the motherfucker that was listen, y'all don't want me to get into that Martin Luther King spiel. Martin Luther King did a terrible fucking thing for black people in America. Okay? He worked with these motherfuckers to fucking desegregate the goddamn country. The best thing that y'all could have fucking done was fucking stay separate. But no, y'all wanted to be friends with the evil white devils from the South that wanted to keep you motherfuckers in chains. All right, well, that's on y'all. Let's continue.
And understanding and the invites, and we receive very little in return for that.
And why do we still get it?
I don't know. We think it's a part of the barter system. I'm gonna tell you
why we still get it. Because we don't give it to each other.
That's a fact.
If black love and compassion and forgiveness is universal, why we don't have none for each other?
Right.
It ain't universal, Loon. Compassion and love for your non-black enemies is not a function of your spirituality. It's a function of your lack of self-respect.
What? So because I have white friends and white associates, because I served with white people, actually I served and I have associates of multiple races of people from different countries. I don't have self-respect? Is that what he's saying? I think that's what he's saying.
The reason we forgive white people as soon as they unalive us is because we deeply desire validation and acceptance by white folks. If you notice, Daddy Metcalf never forgave Karmelo Anthony for what happened to his son.
Shut the fuck up. Dog, you lying, my nigga. The first thing he said was he forgives him. He said, because I'm a Christian man, I forgive him. Why is he lying? Nigga, is that school open yet? What the fuck is going on with the goddamn school? Can somebody tell me what the fuck is going on with the school? This lying piece of fucking black trash.
But let that have been a black mother or a black father. They would have forgave them the minute they got the phone call. We don't teach people to respect black life because we forgive them as soon as they take black life. You ain't never seen no white person.
But you don't teach black life to respect black life. I'm not going to let you get away with saying that. Black people don't even respect other black people's lives. Why you think you got YNs running around with switches on guns shooting at niggas because of street signs? Why you think that you got niggas killing each other over colors? Why you think you got niggas killing each other over words, over shoes, over clothes, over money? Niggas is killing each other over shit that's so goddamn materialistic, it's just dumb. This is why I said the biggest problem with the black community as a whole is you don't have enough people that respect enough of each other to just say, hey man, why is we killing each other, bro? Especially after everything that we know about Planned Parenthood, that we know about the drug game, that we know about the weapons being brought into the neighborhoods. After everything we know, thank you to the FBI for thank you to Donald Trump for fucking getting those goddamn files from the FBI and the CIA, which have shown and proven everything that black people has been talking about for years, that the government has been trying to fuck us up with us. They literally admitted it. It was all where's DJ Genesis in the chat? It was all a psyop to put us against each other. And what are y'all doing right now? And I'm going to call out y'all in the chat. What are a lot of y'all doing right now? A lot of y'all are saying that I'm a traitor, that I'm a hater of myself, and that I'm a coon only because I don't support Karmelo Anthony. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. And I'm saying that specifically to you black people that's in the chat. The ones that's running around saying that, oh, say you like a hoe ass nigga and he a coon, he a traitor, he hate his race, you a dumbass nigga and all this, that, and the other, only because I don't support Karmelo because he's black. Because the truth is, if Karmelo was white, you wouldn't give a fuck. If Karmelo killed another black kid, you wouldn't even care. You wouldn't even give a damn. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. You would not give a damn. If this was a story about a drive-by shootout or a gang shooting and a young kid lost their life, y'all wouldn't even bat a fucking eye. Y'all wouldn't even blink. Y'all would just go out to the street and be like, pour one out for the homies. or I'm going to take a shot for that little girl. I'm going to smoke this blunt for that little girl. How do I know it? Because I guarantee you this, a lot of you niggas won't even know about this story, but you can go look it up. What happened to that little girl? And I'm going to try not to get emotional about this shit because it pisses me off every time I think about it because I have a very, 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 very young daughter. This nigga was participating in a dumbass street beef. Him and his daughter was in the car. His daughter was in the back seat, strapped in her car seat. Damn, I'm trying not to get emotional. Fuck it. If I get emotional, it is what it is. And if y'all watching this shit, y'all might get emotional too. Imagine this beautiful little girl just sitting in the back seat with her daddy. Which a lot of you young women that's in the chat supporting this whole ass nigga Karmelo, some of you women didn't even have your motherfucking daddy to take you to the goddamn McDonald's. But fuck it, I don't give a fuck. It's time to just apparently it's time to start speaking the fucking truth. This little girl with beads in her hair, she got her Sunday's best on, and she's in the car. And she got her little baby doll shoes on, okay? And she got her school book bag sitting right next to her. She's in the car with her daddy. I'm going with my daddy to McDonald's. I'm going to get a Happy Meal at McDonald's. Having fun with her daddy in Chicago. Her daddy pull up to the damn microphone to place the order. My daddy about to give me a Happy Meal. This little girl who's in the car with her daddy, who is sprayed the fuck up with bullets because some niggas is mad at this nigga because of what he did to one of their dead homies. And the nigga didn't even catch a bullet. All of the bullets went into the little girl. Every fucking bullet went into the girl. None of you niggas said nothing. This little girl was in the car with her daddy going to McDonald's just to get a fucking cheeseburger Happy Meal. And she gets so many goddamn bullets in her, I'm surprised she even had DNA left. But Black Lives Matter, right? I give you another story. And this is a personal story for me. Some of y'all probably even heard about it. Y'all know about that story that happened in Detroit a little while ago? About the mother with the two kids that froze to death in the car. Some of y'all who's been in my channel for quite some time, y'all know this story. So for a lot of y'all that's new, y'all don't know this story. That little boy and that little girl, that was my niece and nephew. Their mother, who was a prideful, spiteful, ain't shit ass bitch, she would not tell people what was really going on in her life. And while this bitch was offered a place to go to get out of the cold, this bitch went to the casino with her mama. And the reason I'm calling her a bitch is because it's not my sister, it's not my cousin. It was my cousin's baby mama. And the reason, this is what pisses me off the most. The reason that those kids was in that damn minivan is because she didn't want to take the kids to the father's house, my cousin's house, because he was with his new girl, because they've been broken up. So I'm asking you motherfuckers in the chat, you mean to tell me two kids freezing to death in the car was more valuable than this taking them to their fucking father? Man, fuck y'all. And I mean that with every fucking sense of disrespect. Fuck y'all. Until black people start caring about black lives, fuck y'all. I don't want to hear shit. I don't care. I don't. Because if y'all really cared, y'all would be out here protesting in the streets like when that goddamn illegal alien took out Dakar Thompson. Y'all didn't protest in the street about that girl at all. that young black girl that got killed by that fucking illegal alien. Nobody went out and protested in the street about that shit. But y'all's out here protesting in the street about the white chick that fucking tried to run over the goddamn federal agent. But I'm not supposed to sit back and say, y'all look stupid as a fucking race, as a group of people who would come online and say, these federal agents is racist and y'all don't care about black. Y'all don't fucking care about black lives. If y'all really cared about black lives, maybe you wouldn't be kids on the street hungry as fuck because they fucking parents, which ain't shit, keep on spending all the fucking money on unnecessary shit.
Forgive no black person. Even in a justifiable homicide, which is what Karmelo's situation was, they ain't never forgiven. Only black people do that. It has nothing to do with Jesus, Muhammad, or spirituality. It's about your need for white validation.
Do you think that the motherfucker, I don't need, this is why I did not want to watch this shit. I don't fucking need white validation. I don't need black validation. I don't need fucking government validation. I don't need presidential. I'm a fucking human being. As a grown fucking man, there's something that I understand, just like other grown men, that this is a thankless fucking job. Being a husband, being a father, being a man, period, is a thankless fucking job. And I'm not saying thankless like people don't actually care or give thanks to you for what you do. No, I just understand that, guess what? At the end of the day, I care about those who actually fall up under the umbrella of what it is that I'm doing. My wife and my children are very grateful to every fucking thing I do. I have a community of people who are very grateful for the fucking truth that I speak, because I'm not out here painting myself as a fucking victim. But guess what? Yellowstone, shout out to John Dutton, and shout out to my nigga Rip. The secret is to this. The secret to life, being a man, never think you deserve it. I don't deserve nothing that I have. I don't deserve to have a beautiful black wife. I don't deserve to have beautiful children. I don't deserve to have my mother. Well, I don't have my father no more because my father died in January. But I didn't deserve to walk on this earth for all these years and get wisdom from my father. I didn't deserve that, but I got it and I'm thankful for it. I didn't deserve none of this shit. I didn't deserve to enlist into the United States motherfucking army and lose people who I fucking went to basic training. I didn't deserve to come back home. I didn't deserve to be alive when some of the guys I served in units with blew their own fucking brains out because these niggas had so much goddamn PTSD. Every time they heard a click or a boom, they fucking went back to the sand. I didn't deserve this shit, but I'm thankful for everything that I got. And if you think I'm down with Karmelo just because Karmelo was black, fuck you. That's not how I move. That's not the way I was raised. You can't woo me to serve a bad cause if that bad cause is cannibalistic to itself. One of the greatest men I ever knew in my life was my grandfather, and my grandfather said, if you cannot have basic human decency, what the fuck do you have? Basic human decency is everyone deserves a chance at life. Everyone deserves the chance to have a pursuit of happiness. Everyone deserves a chance. But when people give up that chance, then you have to cast them out. I'm sorry, Brittany B. My bad. My bad, Brittany B. I hear you, Christopher J. My bad. I'm sorry, man. I get pissed off hearing dumb shit like this. I really do, because people don't really understand just how fickle life is. My father, at 5:40 in the afternoon, my father does what he naturally does. My father took care of his house, took care of his grandkids, and he paid his bills and he smoked weed. That's what my father earned. My father earned the fucking right to be able to fucking wake up every day and do nothing but smoke weed and take care of his house. At 5:40, my father says, I'm going to lay down. According to what the medical examiner said, according to what the coroner said, my father had a heart attack maybe an hour after he laid down in his sleep. My father passed. Sounds to me like Papa had a good life. Anyway, let's finish up.
35 years felt like justice, though. What
it should have never came to that, first of all. It should have never came to that, first of all.
So you think he should have got off innocent of the charges that was brought on Karmelo Anthony?
Let's go back, because you're putting the cart before the horse. Let's go back to the indictment from the grand jury. The grand jury decided Karmelo would be charged with murder. Who's on the grand jury, Loon? You don't know. It's a secret. I want you to see how white supremacy operates behind the scenes. You can't challenge the grand jury, Loon, because you don't even know who they are.
Right.
So the people who decided this 17-year-old would be charged with murder are complete secrets.
No, Karmelo decided that he would be charged with murder when he took that damn knife to that track meet and he stabbed someone else in the fucking chest. That was Karmelo's decision.
And you and I both know they all white. Are you with me? So first, deal with the grand jury. Him being charged with murder was the crime in and of itself.
No, he caused the fucking. We wouldn't be talking about Karmelo if the nigga didn't take the fucking knife to this goddamn track meet. If he wasn't out there trying to prove to everyone how much of a big man he was, we wouldn't even be talking about Karmelo. None of you who support Karmelo would never know that he was a 3.7 or 3.9 or 4.0 GPA student. None of you would ever know that he had 2 jobs. None of you would ever know that he had 2 parents. None of you would ever know that he was living in Frisco, Texas. Y'all wouldn't give a fuck. Y'all wouldn't care. Because niggas don't like succession. They don't like excellence. Niggas don't like anything that's good. Niggas hate everything bad. What the fuck is he talking about?
So what do you say about the event?
Let me give you one more. You're moving too fast. Hold on. In Texas, if you're 17, you're automatically tried as an adult. The grand jury had no control over that. Are you with me?
Yes.
He was 17. He's automatically tried as an adult, but he doesn't automatically have to be indicted with murder. That could have been aggravated, right? Manslaughter.
Right.
There's a whole list of crimes they could have went with.
So you're saying he should have been charged, just not with the first degree murder or whatever. Was it first degree?
He didn't have to be charged at all.
What?
So
this could have been self.
What? Wait, what?
Murder or whatever. Was it first degree?
He didn't have to be charged at all.
So
this could have been self-defense.
A white young boy body drops, and you think he should not have been charged.
The reason you labeled it a white boy is you're putting it within the context of the racism of American society.
Oh my God. So we have to acknowledge the fact that Karmelo is black, but we can't acknowledge the fact that that Austin is white. So we're just supposed to forget that Austin is white? Okay. I like this social experiment. Let's do this. Let's all acknowledge that Karmelo Anthony is black. That's one. 2, let's remove the race of Austin Metcalf. So now Austin Metcalf is just a body. He doesn't have a color. He's not white. He's just a body. He's just flesh and bone with no skin color. Cool. Number 2. Number 3. Did Karmelo Anthony, a black boy, kill the body? Remember, Austin Metcalf is not white. He's just a body. Did Karmelo Anthony kill this body? If the answer is yes, what the fuck are we talking about? What the fuck are we talking about? Right. Omni said, let's all acknowledge the school that ain't open for almost. Nidus, what's going on? He says, no, make Austin black. Oh, we already did that. We did that earlier. I got you, buddy. Right here. There you go. Bang. So Karmelo is black, even though he's white in this picture. Karmelo's black and Austin's black. So what the fuck?
Let me flip it around for you, Loon. If two 210-pound football players, black football players, walk up to a 135-pound black boy, grab him by the hoodie, put him in a headlock, try to jump him and stomp him out, and that white boy unintentionally stabs him or he falls onto the white boy's knife.
He's literally repeating everything that Dwayne said. Right. Nida says the discussion ends there. The discussion ends there. It's over. There's no more discussion to have. Yes. Rich, he said unintentionally. Did you hear what this mother? Here, watch. Well, hold on. Wait. Let's rewind it back. Hold on. This and he has a master's degree. I think it's psychology.
Let me flip it around for you, Loon. If two 210-pound football players, black football players, walk up to a 135-pound black boy.
All right, so two black football players walk up to a 130-pound black person.
Grab him by the hoodie.
Put
him in a headlock.
Motherfucker.
Try to jump him and stomp him out. And that white boy.
Oh, now he's white. Okay, so now we got to change it. We got two 230-pound black boys, and now we have a white boy. Because magically he changed from black to white. So the 130-pound boy, he's not black anymore. He's white. All right, cool. So he's white now. So two big-ass black boys and one 130-pound white boy.
Unintentionally stabs him or he falls onto the white boy's knife, which is what we believe happened.
Oh, okay. Who believed that? Let me ask y'all in the chat. Who believes that Austin Metcalf accidentally fell on the knife? Let me ask y'all in the chat. Who believes that? Does anybody in the chat believe that Austin Metcalf accidentally fell on Karmelo Anthony's knife? Who believes that? Anybody? Anybody believe that? No. Wait, what? Not me? No, not me. No. Okay, I'm looking at the vertical chat too. No. He's just saying dumb shit. Yeah. No, nobody. All right, cool. Nobody. All right, cool. No one believes that he fell on a knife.
Okay. Austin fell onto Karmelo's knife trying to attack him.
Do me a favor, y'all. Please don't ever recommend that stupid ass nigga to ever be reviewed. Ever. That got to be the dumbest ass. Right. A servant junkie says, how the fuck you fall on a knife? What? Dumbest. How do I support the show? You can support the show by hitting the Cash App, the PayPal, or the Venmo. They're on the screen. The Cash App is $Cellulite. The PayPal is Butterfly Progressive. The Venmo is Mind Chaos Brew. If you need the links, just request them in the chat, and one of the moderators can drop them in the chat for you. But that's how you support the show. Appreciate you. All right, so we got one more clip to go through. I know we've been at it for a long time. We've been up here for 2 hours, and I appreciate each and every last one of y'all for rocking with me. And hopefully y'all subscribe. I hope that y'all subscribe. But we only got one more video to watch. It's only 6 minutes long. This is our last video. This is our last video of the night. And then we can get up out of here, right? We can get up out of here. So this is our last video. Karmelo Anthony judge speaks out for the first time. Mob mentality. Attorney pushes back against reactions to Karmelo Anthony verdict. It's our last video tonight, y'all. We almost done.
And Attorney Mahek
Thank you, Heather. I appreciate it.
Cook for more on this case. Mahek, the judge said no cameras in the courtroom. He thinks that helped keep the trial on rails. What do you think?
Appreciate you, server junkies.
John, thanks for having me. And I agree with this judge. Every courtroom is designed for a fair trial. And what the judge was doing in this case was making sure that the political and online mobs did not interfere with the conduct, not only for himself, but also for the individuals in the room and the jury. I checked this, John, 3 times because I'm surprised by the pushback and this mob mentality. This was a unanimous verdict.
Oh, and by the way, for all 213 people that's still here, after this video is up, don't leave because I got a little gift for you. Don't leave because I got a little something special for you. Something that a lot of people who's been following me for quite some time, they know that I got a special little thing, something that literally no one else has. Something that no one else has. And when I tell you that this is something that no one else has, Vatari says, I'll be glad when the real video comes out. Hey, Vatari, you want to hear something special? Make sure you stay until the end of this video.
That means the jury contemplated the evidence at hand. They looked at the self-defense plea that the defense made and they rejected it. I think this judge is doing something we need more of in this country, defending the courtroom from the mob and pushing back against this collapse of public trust in our justice system. And here the defense has every opportunity to appeal, but we have to push back on this mentality of racial injustice and all the other things, the AI images that are happening in the online forum, because it's just not accurate. You're seeing 12 jurors that made a decision, and that's what the rule of law demands.
Well, you mentioned AI images, and I wonder if cameras in the courtroom could have dispelled some of that. Here's what the judge had to say. He said, some news outlets were posting photos saying they were from inside the courtroom. It wasn't my courtroom. It wasn't the witness. It wasn't their testimony. And that's tragic because, again, that just breeds the narrative that these people want to cultivate in our community to drive a wedge between us. Obviously, people were putting fake photos out there, AI images, but if you had had cameras in the courtroom, maybe that wouldn't have happened.
Well, I got to tell you something, John. We see every single day the truth and what's happening on a large scale. When President Trump speaks, that's to camera, that's to the American people. And yet we have AI images and distortion from the truth. This is called media manipulation. And this younger generation and this mainstream media that really don't want the truth out there. So whether there were cameras or not, we were going to be fighting this mob mentality. It is a daily fight that Americans have today. This is why we turn to news outlets for the truth. And this is why the judge wanted to protect this trial. You could have opened it up. You could have had cameras, but we would have still had false narratives. The left and this mob is so good at this. We've seen this in so many other cases. I respect this judge's opinion and decision because this was a fair trial at the end of the day.
Yeah, here's one of the advantages of not having cameras in the courtroom. The judge says, I think social media got it wrong. Young people rely on social media more than I certainly do. That sure impacted me to make sure that they did not change their testimony, that they were willing to come in and tell the truth without fear of being doxxed or swatted. So, you know, if some of these young witnesses had been available on camera feeds for, you know, people to watch at home, could have been a problem for them.
John, you're right. Look at all the young witnesses that were actually present at this event. And if we had family members there that were photographed, young individuals that were even coming in support of the prosecution or defense, suddenly they become targets. Online is supposed to be a way for us to be able to tell the truth, to share narratives, to make arguments, but it has now turned into a very negative place where individuals are getting doxxed for their public opinions. Death threats are being made, people's addresses, which are very easy to find, John, online. So this was another way for the judge to protect the integrity and the outcome of the trial. And as we continue to see what online mobs are doing, I think it's distasteful and it's very destructive for our legal system. And this is why, again, I applaud this judge for coming out and treating this legal case and ensuring that due process occurred for both sides. I mean, the judge did not have to say that Mr. Anthony was a nice guy. He said that because that's how he felt through the trial. But at the end of the day, the jurors still made a decision, guilty as charged.
I want to turn our attention quickly to the Tyler Robinson case in Utah. He's accused of assassinating Charlie Kirk. His defense team is trying to get the death penalty taken off the table, and it's...
Get the fuck out of here. All right, so for all of you that stayed, are you ready for your little gift? Are you ready? Are you ready for your little gift? Hopefully you subscribed, because if you didn't subscribe, you might want to subscribe. Do 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 do. Roop doop 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 roop doop 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 do 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 do. Share this tab. Do 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 do. Bad Duck says, "Is it tasty?" It could be. It might be. You never know. I'll just say this. Switch camera. Let's read together. Why not? Those of you that's watching on vertical, you need a screen adjustment. You know what? Fuck it. So should I show the Karmelo Anthony footage or no? I'm just asking. Should I show it? I mean, should I show it? I don't know if I should show it. But and I have quite a few people saying, "Oh, you don't have the footage. You don't have the footage. You don't have it. You don't have the footage. You don't have it." Play games with me if you want to. I don't play games. Until then, do me a favor. To everybody that's out there crying, "We want the footage, we want the footage, we want the footage." Guess what I did? I went and I found the footage. And what I'll say is this. Although I am not willing to break the law or go to jail, because technically the case is sealed. You can't see it. But I'll tell you this. I can tell you where to find it. But it's going to take some digging. It's going to take some digging to see this footage. I'm going to put you on the right path. Okay. The right path is this, and I see a lot of people I've left up out of here, so I'll take this banner down. Green Chair says you won't go to jail for showing it. Yes, I probably would. I probably would go to jail for showing it because the case is sealed. I just have a screenshot. Why is it called footage? Why not handage or headage? It's crazy. Gasman says, "Whatever you do, say I got try to rock with you." Hey, listen, I'm not willing to go to jail over it. You say, what, baby? Whoever just sent that PayPal, the wife says, "Thank you." So, Bree says, if it's accessible on the internet, it's not closed. No. So let me tell you how I came into contact of this footage. Elsie, he says, he says, "I'll post your bill." All right, so let me tell you how I came into contact with the footage. So I went back and I watched that stream with Lakeisha. And I was listening to what Dwayne was saying. Now, this is a rumor that I heard, and I heard that it was true, but I had to go find it for myself. Technically, this rumor was actually true. The video was actually a Snapchat video that was taken and uploaded to Snapchat. I think it was the day or the day after it happened. The video was on Snapchat. Someone recorded the video and they put it on Reddit. That's how I got it. So I have the video. Now, look, Anton said, I put $5 on your commissary. Hey, it's Texas, bro. It's Texas. But the video is on Reddit. You can actually see the whole entire thing. I just showed you a piece of the screenshot, which is this. But the video is on Reddit. Now, it took me 2 days of searching through Reddit to find it. But I did save the link. I did save the link. Now, with that being said, 99 Problem says, what's your opinion? My opinion is this. If you support Karmelo, continue to support Karmelo. If you don't support Karmelo, continue not to support Karmelo. What I'll say is this. If that video ever comes out, do with it what you will. I saw the video and I showed it to my wife. My wife was like, oh, God, you actually found the video? I said, yeah, I got the video. I actually have it saved in my phone. And I uploaded it to my cloud. Look, here come my wife. Right? Look at him. Hey, baby.
And you better not. I know you better don't.
I'm not going to show the video.
I know you better don't.
No, I'm not going to show the video.
Why y'all trying to stress me out? And y'all in this chat, y'all just hell. Yeah, why y'all trying to stress me out?
Allah said, play a little piece. I'm not playing 1 second of that shit. Because I read court. I listened to what the judge said. The judge said this shit's closed.
See, y'all over here, y'all trying to catch me. Y'all trying to give me a whole aneurysm and a heart attack, trying to make me pass the fuck on out. Like, what is happening? Jesus, fix it, Lord.
Look, Red Minute says people going to be digging like bad. They're going to be digging like badgers. You said specific subreddit to look under. So
don't even tell.
I already told them go to Reddit.
Okay.
Yeah, go to Reddit, but it's going to take you some time to find it because Reddit does not. When you, yes, I do have the video. Truth, I got it. I actually have the video. So when you go looking for Reddit, when you go looking up under Reddit, it gives you from today backwards. You have to go search back. So, yeah. I would have said it when there was 700 people in here, but I'm not trying to say things just to keep people in the room. I'm just letting you know. But other than that, thank y'all for subscribing. Thank
I love y'all too. So much. So much.
Nina said, we love you, Rob. Noah says, I can't find it on Reddit. I'll find it on iFunny. It's so if you know how to use archives, you can find it quicker. You said what date in the Reddit? April 2025. That's where you can start at. Till then, baby, how'd you like the show? We'll read my comment before that.
Always.
Thank you. Nita, I don't see. We ain't shit, Raw. We sorry.
Like at this point, it's not even y'all. It's him. It's really him. It's really him. He be cutting up, and then he be like, "Oh, well, what had happened was."
LCK says, "When's the next live?" Probably tomorrow. I am setting up a potential debate. I am setting up a potential. I'm not gonna call it a debate. I'm setting up a conversation But y'all are more than welcome to make sure y'all subscribe and make sure y'all be here for the content. It's just, now, if I see that order is lifted by the judge and that it becomes unsealed, I will be the first nigga to go live, and I promise you, I'm gonna hit play. I'm not even. It ain't gonna be no intro. It ain't gonna be no song and dance. It's just gonna be play. I'm gonna just go live and I'm gonna just play the video. Fuck it. Is DC Slim going to be there? Fuck no. Hell fucking no.
DC Slim is not allowed back on the Cellular Podcast platform.
No, he's not allowed back here. Redmond says debate GOAT. He's an asshole. I wouldn't debate him because he's an asshole. I would debate him intellectually, but not just because he's not. Because I'm an asshole. Can't help it. Here's what it is. But
be an asshole than a whole ass.
Hey, how'd you feel about the show, baby? How'd you like it?
It was good. It was good.
See, and I promised you I wasn't gonna play the video. I promised you I wasn't gonna play the video
because it was gonna be a divorce.
You was gonna divorce me if I played the video?
I was, because you was gonna go to jail, and I don't do convicts. Like, I'll let you out.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You look terrible. I need a good exit song. What's a good exit song?
Oh, put the song that I did earlier today.
Oh, put in the thingamajig. Put on the thingamajig.
Put it on the thingamajig and the hoosie whatsy.
Yeah, the thingamajig and the hoosie whatsies.
And the whatchamacallit?
Oh, I gotta apologize to Brittany B because I said Michelle Obama was a man, and she said I crossed the line.
You did. I was back here like, ooh, don't say that. Ooh.
I was saying it as a joke.
Mm-mm.
Would she be mad?
Say like that.
Would she be mad if I called her right now on live?
Yes, she would. Don't do it. It's the emails. What about the emails?
Put the damn song in there so we can get these people.
It's in there already. Okay, look, we're going to put the song in. Thank y'all for joining us, because he hard-headed. Bye, y'all.
People say it's bars, but it makes you wanna sleep. Up late at night, yeah. So I creep. People say it's bars, but it makes you wanna sleep. Up late at night, TLC, and so I creep. Ninjas corny, whack, faded, jaded out they frame. Hating on others, but they doing all the same. Same old game, same old shame. Point the finger, switch the blame. I'm wide awake, they in they feelings, calling out their name. Creeping on the low. Butterfly effect, watch the whole click fold. They scroll at 3 a.m., eyes red, souls broke. Typing essays in the dark, but can't quote their own quotes. Fake tough in the comments, keyboard warrior mode. But in real life, soft as tissue. Hide behind the code, you say my bars hit different. Put you in a slumber, cause true serum in my pen. Got you tossing under covers, ninjas faded, jaded, stuck in they old ways. Out they frame, picture crooked, can't even hold their gaze. Hating on the glow up, but stealing all the sauce. Copy paste the whole way, they mad cause they lost. I'm up grinding mind, chaos brewing in the pot. Why you creeping on my page, screenshotting what I got? People say it's bars, but it makes you wanna sleep. Up late at night, TLC, and so I creep. Ninjas corny, whack, faded, jaded.